Okay, I think we're set here. I'm going to make sure this video is working. I think it should be, but I want to confirm before I get rolling into it. Okay, sweet. Looks like it is. Okay, let's get rolling with the 93 sim. So Colorado Rockies expansion year 1993. Check out the blog post there that I linked for all the details and whatnot, because we're just going to jump right into catching you up on where we are at in the season, who's doing well, transactions, and then we're going to play our final game at Florida against the Marlins. So entered in 93. So all the rosters and stuff for the 93 rosters. We've had some trades here, including one or two, yeah, that I've done here. So here we're getting near the trade deadline. So here's some of the deals. Nothing, well, there's been a couple, I shouldn't say nothing big. There's been a couple pretty big moves. Um, but yeah, we got here right when we're about into July. We're getting some trades going. Mike Lieberthal, still a prospect, 21 years old. Troy O'Leary, um, good prospect. Started up with Milwaukee and then got traded to the Phillies. Just kind of came up. It looks like he's got 10 at bats. So even though he was traded on July 4th, he's at 10 at bats now. So he must have been in their AAA. It looks like he was. That must have been the NEZE. Anyway, we've had some of these not big ones there since there's prospects. Florida did give up Brian Harvey. Florida traded Harvey to the Mariners, got Sean Estes out of it. It's a pretty good deal. I mean, Harvey's a solid reliever though. 30 years old. He had a 188 ERA with them. He's pitched 3 innings now with Seattle, giving up 1 run, so he's got a 3 ERA. But he's 2-0 with them. Had 21 saves with Florida, so he was solid. They got Valone out of that, and they got Sean Estes, so young pitcher there. Estes has been struggling in AAA, but he's only 20 years old, and I think he might have been a top 100 guy. Here's a trade then that I did. Gave up Bryn Smith to Seattle. So Seattle trying to acquire a lot of pitchers. He wasn't doing great for me. He's 37. It's kind of a no-brainer to get rid of him if you can. I had to throw in a 19-year-old prospect who was in rookie ball. He was hitting well, but we had him scouted at a 25 overall contact for his potential as well. So I don't really see him going anywhere. Got Terang out of it, Brian Terang. Again, I would have taken anybody for Bryn Smith, but we got Terang out of it. Center fielder, AAA guy. Had pretty good numbers for them, slashing 294, 373, 465 in Seattle's AAA system. In 37 at bats now with us. He's been struggling a little bit, at least with the average and the slugging, but a 400 on base percentage. Pichardo, I think that's how you say his name. I recognize the guy, pitcher from the 90s, got traded to Toronto from Kansas City. And then Kansas City also gave up, here it is, the next one, gave up David Cone back to the Mets. I say back because not in this sim. This sim just started in the 93 when he was with Kansas City. But in real life, he was with the Mets and then went to Toronto, Kansas City. And now in this game, he's back on the Mets. Looks like he had a great start, 6 1/3 innings. He did walk 7, but struck out 6, and he has a 142 ERA from that. So they get David Cone. The Mets are looking good. They have a great pitching staff. They got Doc Gooden. They got Saberhagen. They got Sid Fernandez. As you can see over here, is third best in MLB in ERA. So they're trying to load up. Some mostly minor. Well, McClendon was a major leaguer, good major leaguer, but he's a little bit past his prime now. He gets traded to Montreal. Pittsburgh gets some prospects out of that, relief pitchers, Al Reyes and Dan Miceli. Ooh, Pete Incaviglia released. Might be a good guy to pick up, actually. I mean, he's always been a good hitter. I'm surprised they released him. He had 96 at bats. Uh, not slashing the way he can, but not. I mean, not terrible. I might have to check him out. We'll come back to that. Um, Zane Smith going to Seattle from Pittsburgh. That's kind of it for these big names here. Who else we got? Greg Harris, good relief pitcher, although he wasn't doing well on Boston in 93 in the Sim 6.75 ERA, but he goes to St. Louis. We got Jack Morris, big name, but past his prime, was with Toronto, of course, getting traded to Oakland in this game. Hasn't had a start yet. That was just 2 days ago. Who did they get for him? So that's Oakland, and looks like a couple prospects. Yeah, Derek Manning and Willie Adams, both pitchers. So here we got some more dealings. Let's look for some big names. I don't really see many. Bill Landrum, not having a great year. Some good prospects. Jose Hernandez, Dan Wilson, good catching prospect. He did come up with the Reds in 92, so that's in real life as well, because in this sim we started in 93, imported all the history. So, but only 25 at bats, so I think he would still be a rookie. Let's see. Yeah, that was his first time up. And then didn't have a great year in AAA in 92, and now in 93 he's not bad, but he's 91 OPS plus, so that's 9% below OPS average. Okay, let's keep checking that out. So then we traded big name here, big name Dante Bichette. However, in the game here in 93, you can see his stats right there. 12 homers, not bad, decent power. But slashing 271, 306, 451. That's a good slugging, but he was just pretty much right along what he was historically with California, with Milwaukee. Now, in real life, of course, he took off with the Rockies. He ended up being a great hitter. And I know you might say, "Oh, that's because of Coors Field." Let's go to his real life stats. But look at his OPS plus. So that factors in park adjustments, league adjustments. He was still, here's his real life stats, still 168, 140, 130s, 140s. I mean, that dude could hit. So anyway, I don't know that he'll go into that pathway in this game. Obviously, in 93 in real life, 874 OPS, pretty solid. Here in this game, I traded him because, again, not great. And I got Damon Buford out of it. So I got a younger outfielder. Bichette also, in this game, of course, not in real life per se, is self-centered. So I don't want him hurting my team chemistry. So it's good to get rid of those guys, unless it's worth it, like if they're really good. AKA Barry Bonds in real life. Here's Bonds right here. I wonder in the game what his personality is. Let's check. He is not the sharpest tool in the shed. Okay, so doesn't mean he's divisive, though, necessarily. Okay, so we got Buford out of this. Was doing well in the minors, 15 jacks, and just brought him up. So just brought him up after trading for him. Because we also got rid of, also to, Oakland making some other moves here, but Oakland getting Dale Murphy. So the legend Dale Murphy in real life, he retired in 93. Here's his real life stats. Obviously, long time Atlanta Brave. Great prime for the Murph. And then came to Colorado, had some injuries, so didn't really, he played He played 26 games. He started 11. In the start of this sim, at the start of the year in 93, I was maybe going to release him, but he's popular. So I'm like, all right, well, that's good for my fan interest and stuff. We'll hang on to him. Kind of gave him some spot starts now and then because my outfield wasn't doing great, and he ended up crushing the ball. He kept hitting, and he earned himself a spot in the lineup. So as you can see here, 85 games played with us and 77 starts and 106 OPS plus, 780 OPS. So that's solid. I mean, but it's a no-brainer if you're the Rockies in '93, you're an expansion team. It's a no-brainer to trade him if you can get anything decent for him. He's a free agent after this year, so I wasn't going to re-sign him. I mean, what are the chances that he gets better as a 37-year-old? So you're really just thinking like, well, maybe he can stay right around average, 6% above average with his OPS plus here. What are the chances he gets better? Not good. So I got a prospect, Scott Baldwin, starting pitching prospect. So that definitely made me decide, yeah, I'll do that. And then they asked for another prospect, of course. Basically, that's like a player to be named later in real life because it's just kind of a, hey, throw a guy in. So we tossed in Matthew Prigden. We have a high accuracy on him and not a good hitter. Look at these metrics: 25 contact, 2 strikes out. Could be all right defensively, but all right at best. So unless he's only 18, so he could really develop in their system, but doesn't look like it here according to my scout. So Baldwin, he's in AAA. I'm putting him in AAA. Lefty, I like him. I mean, right around average for everything. But this is an average scout, so I don't know. Maybe he's worse. Maybe he's a little better. But I got something out of Murphy, so that was worth it. Those are the transactions we've done. Here's our team. Chris Jones, it's unfortunate. He got hurt. I don't know if it's going to be bad or not because this just happened the other day. But you can see he's only slashing 241, 290, 345. However, when we brought him up, because he's an outfielder, it says he's first base. Let's change his position. I got him as an outfielder. When we brought him up, first of all, my scout's pretty high on him. Look, he's fast. He's good at defense. And he's a little bit above average in some of these categories. A little bit below average in others. But, he was doing real well in AAA. So we brought him up, and he was off to a real slow start. In fact, I think we put him back down. Yeah, times option this season 1. So we actually brought him down. And then after these trades, we freed up a couple spots. So brought him back up. And actually, it was before these last 2. It was before the Bichette and the Murphy one. But I'm glad we traded those guys to give Jones more room to start. We had been working him back in the lineup, though, before that, and he came along. So, in fact, let's go to split. We're in nearing the end of July. Let's go to time frame July. Look at this. Unreal. He's by far my best hitter. I'm sorry. I was looking at Galarraga. Chris Jones is number 2. Galarraga, 214 OPS plus and slugging 770 with 7 jacks. That's good to see because he was off to a real slow start. I was like, man, Galarraga is not the Galarraga in real life. He still isn't yet. He's only hitting 269. In real life, man, he was like 100 points better. He won the batting title in 93. Yeah, he hit 370. So he's still got a little ways to catch up to that. I don't know if he'll pan out to be as good as he was in real life, but we got him signed through 96. So that'll be good timing with Todd Helton coming in. So I'd like to, hang on to Galarraga. I mean, if we can trade him, if he ends up being good trade bait, we certainly would. But he's 32, so I doubt we'll get a lot out of him. And I don't want to just fire sale here. I already got rid of Bichette and Murphy. Galarraga is really coming along. He can still help us. We might be able to make the playoffs next year. We got a lot of money. Look at this. I mean, if you're looking at modern day, this is going to be different. But back in the day here, 67 mil for extensions, 32 mil available. And Galarraga is one of my biggest contracts on, 1.3 mil. So, and I just offered Jeff Parrott a contract extension. Haven't heard back yet from him, but he's having a good year with us, 3.20 ERA. Kind of a high demand for a reliever, $500,000. But we tried to do a team option in year 2, and then I bumped him up a little bit in year 1. So anyway, I do want to hang on to Galarraga. I mean, if I got approached with a good deal, I would trade him, and let's put him on the block just in case somebody does come to us with a good deal. But there's Vinny. He's had only 12 plate appearances, but here's Chris Jones, 38 plate appearances, OPS in 799. OPS plus 111. So he's really coming along. I hope he's not hurt badly. We've been bringing some guys up to try some different things. just like the Rockies did in real life. So what we'll do here, let's glance at the standings. Yankees 5.5 up. Here's their team. They had a couple All-Stars. Mike Stanley having a great year, 20 jacks, hitting over 300. Danny Tartable as well, playing shortstop for him. I remember him in the outfield, but they got him at short. And then Jim Abbott having a good year, 3.13 ERA, along with Key, and Pettit is up now, so he's up early. I think in real life it wasn't until 95 or 96 that he was a rookie. I guess we can check. Here it is. Yeah, 95 real life stats. He came up, pitched, started 26 games, so he was a regular starter right away. And then, kept getting better from there. I mean, that was his rookie year, 107 ERA plus, and then he had 155 in 97. Had a little down year in 99, but then stayed solid pretty much after that. So that's the Yankees. Here's the Mets, half game up over the Phillies. Again, they had a David Cone. So they got Saberhagen, who's got a 3.24 ERA. Cone, who had a 4.36 with Kansas City, but he's probably better than that. Dwight Gooden, 3.07, and he's 10-2. Sid Fernandez, 10-5 with a 2.65. And then Bobby Jones, who they were using in the pen earlier in the year, but they've started him enough to get 109 innings. And he's 8-2 with a 2.48 ERA. So he's a rookie. He's certainly up for Rookie of the Year. So Mets are looking real strong. They're first in runs against, first in starters ERA. No surprise there. They can hit good enough. They're not first, but they're third in OPS, third in batting average. Eddie Murray, Tony Fernandez, Bobby Bonilla is the first-ranked right fielder currently in the game. So they're looking good. Here's the Phillies right behind them. Kruk, Dalton, the usual. Dave Hollins. Again, they released Incaviglia, so I do want to check that out. I don't want to forget that. Giants in the West in first. Remember, back in 93 here, this is the last year of this format. You had the East, West, and so there was no wild cards. You won your division, and then you played the other team to go to the World Series. In 94, obviously there was no playoffs. That was the strike season. So no playoffs in 94, but it was the new proposal, the new format of having wild cards and having 3 divisions. So in real life, the Giants won over 100 games, or maybe it was 100, but they won triple digits and did not make the playoffs because the Braves barely beat them. They finished like a game higher, I think. So in this game, Braves are 5 out. Let's check them out. They don't have any injuries or anything right now. They got a good staff. They're 5th in starters ERA. I mean, Smoltz a 3.01, Maddox 3.33. I guess, those guys were probably even lower than that. I'm sure Maddox was in the 2s. But maybe they're just not hitting the way that they did in real life. They are first in home runs. OPS 7th in the NL. Runs scored 10th. So, yeah, not as good as they were in real life, although they got a lot of good players, as you can see here. Giants. Bonds, of course, first best left fielder in the game. And even before his head became the size of a melon, which I think was 98 or 99, after the 98 home run race, he was still ridiculously good. And he is in this game in 93. And that was back when he was like lean. I mean, he was still obviously strong and pretty jacked, but he was lean. He was not huge. He ended up just getting massive. I wonder why. But you still got to play, man. He still had to hit the crap out of the ball, and obviously the roids would have helped him, help him recover more, help him with more power. But he was really good to begin with. So I don't like the crapping on Bonds because of that. I mean, he was good. So anyway, this is the Giants. Where are they at? They're about the 10th in pitching ERA and starting pitching and bullpen. So not great. But they are hitting well enough, I guess. I mean, they're just kind of solid all around. Very good defense. Look at this. First in errors, first in zone rating, 4th in defensive efficiency. So, Will Clark's a Gold Glover. Robbie Thompson, good defensively. Matt Williams, good defensively. Mike Benjamin's in 80. Wow, look at this. Now, this is a low accuracy, but he's obviously good, even if he's not that good. But, man, he's like maxed out. He might even be – I have it set for 20 to 80, and if they're even better than an 80, I don't have it show that. So it's like real life. You don't hand out 80s. Scouts don't hand out 80s in real life. If a guy's an 80, I mean, basically they're saying this guy is as good as it gets. There's no one really better than him. Maybe some guys are as good. There's no one really better than this guy if they're an 80. So of course there are going to be guys that are maybe, several guys that are 80s, and some might be a little better than others. But on the 20 to 80 scale, you're just saying, yeah, this guy is as good as it gets at that thing. As you can see, I did write this up in the little blog post thing, but I don't have stars or 1 through 100 or whatever ratings for their overall, because I want this to be realistic. So I can't, you can kind of deduce. Obviously, you look at Bonds; he's the first best center field. They got him in center, first best center fielder in the game. You can look at what your scout says they're good at, but you can't just sort like, okay, here's all the 5-star guys, here's all the 4-star guys, whatever. So it makes it more realistic, and it makes it tougher, because when I'm doing trades and stuff, I got to look at stats. I got to look at the ratings that my scout gives. I can't just look at overall as far or potential overall. You got to look at their potential ratings. So I like doing that. Anyway, I digress. Giants are 3 up over the Stros. Let's move over to the AL West, which has a really tight race. They got 4 teams within 2 games, and then the Rangers within 3.5. Let's take a look at the White Sox and the Mariners. Mariners with Randy Johnson, of course, their pitching is first in strikeouts. Runs against 5th, not great, but not bad. Remember, this is all in the AL, so OPS 5th, runs scored 4th. They're just kind of solid all around. Randy, they got Zane Smith. They got Bryn Smith. I don't know if he's helping him. The guy has a 4.70, 4.97 ERA with them. So not doing great. That was probably just the best they could get at the time. Brian Harvey, though, big acquisition there as their closer. And then, of course, Griffey, Martinez, Buhner, who was an all-star. We'll go to the all-stars in a minute. Let's check out the White Sox. We got Frank Thomas as a beast in this game. Ventura, third best third baseman. Defensive efficiency is 2nd. So fielding independent pitching 3rd, even though starters ERA is 6th. But bullpen ERA 3rd as well. They got Roberto Hernandez, Scott Radinsky, Terry Leach having a great year. He's 39. And in 92, he had a great year, but I don't remember him in 93 doing much. Yeah, he did well. He only had 16 innings, and then that was it. He retired. So that's why I don't remember him doing much. But he was a solid reliever for them several years in a row. Had a little between 89 and, was it 89 and 90, or just 89, I guess, had a down year. 82 had a down year, but was very good all these other years. So 39 years old, maybe his last year in this game, but doing well as their setup, man. 5-1, 2.32 ERA. So Burks, I mean, they're pretty stacked. That's the White Sox for you. Let's check out the All-Stars. We're July 21st right now, so we're a good ways past the All-Star break, but you can get a good look at who the good players are in this game. Now, keep in mind, I do have the box checked, like, what's it called? It's like player popularity influences making the All-Star game. So it's realistic. So some of these guys, like I think it's Darren Dalton, not having a good year. Whereas, 211, hitting 211, slugging 366, 7 homers, but made the All-Star game because he's popular. So that happens in real life. Jim Abbott, we'll just run through him. Abbott, Apier, Kevin Brown. Eckersley as a starter. They got him as a starter. They turned him into a starter. He's got good stamina, and they got him starting. So he's 6-6, 20 games. Randy Johnson, of course. Jack McDowell, as we just saw those guys. Habian Willis, Jeff Montgomery, Olson with Baltimore. Chris Holy's also with Baltimore. I believe that's how you say his name. I hope I don't screw it up. I mean, I remember him from when I was a kid. He was always really good, but I may be saying his name wrong. Mike Stanley, Mickey Tettleton, bunch of first basemen here. Troy Neal, John Olerud, Frank Thomas was the leading vote getter amongst first basemen. I'm sure some of these guys are DHing, maybe Tomey. But Tomey, I don't think it's his rookie year. I think it's his second or third in 93. Mo Vaughn, 25 years old, in his second or third year as well. We got Alomar with Toronto, Julio Franco. There's Tartable. I guess he came in as a second baseman. They got him playing a lot of short, though, as you can see. 24 jacks, pretty dang good for a middle infielder. John Valentin, Lou Whitaker, Martinez at third with Seattle. Tony Phillips, another Detroit Tiger All-Star. Kevin Reamer, who in real life got traded for Dante Bichette. So Rockies drafted Reamer, I believe, in the expansion draft, and then immediately traded Bichette for him. So in real life, that turned out to be a great trade for the Rockies. Bichette was a Rockies star, and Reamer never really did much, I don't think. Let's look at his real life stats. Yeah, 93 was it. That was his last year in the majors. He was 29 years old. I mean, that was a good deal for the Rockies in real life. He made the All-Star game in this game, though. So 29, hopefully he continues to go. I mean, I'm sure he will. They're going to give him a shot next year. He's got 19 jacks, and he's not even 30 yet. Griffey, Stan Javier, who is leading the AL in stolen bases. I think he's got 40 when I was checking it out earlier. Kenny Lofton right behind him, also an all-star. Palmeiro in center field. Rafael Palmeiro, they got as a center fielder. Jay Buhner and Tim Salmon. Let's look at the NL. Sid Fernandez, of course. New York Mets with 2 starting pitchers, Doc Gooden. There's Glavine with Atlanta. Jose Guzman having a real good year, 2.41 ERA with the Cubs. Oral Hershiser, 2.63. There's Maddox, Pedro Martinez, also with the Dodgers. So you got him, Hershiser, and Ismael Valdez, the 19-year-old rookie, having a great year, 8-5 with a 2.55 ERA. So look for the Dodgers to be good in the future with their pitching staff. I mean, Hershiser, may dwindle a little bit. He's 34, but who knows? And then they got a couple young studs if they hang on to those guys. Xavier Hernandez, Roger Mason, Doug Jones, John Wetland with a 6.27 ERA, but I'm sure very popular. He makes the All-Star game. There's Dalton Piazza, Todd Zeal making it as a catcher. First baseman, Bagwell Caros, leading vote getter, Hal Morris. Ron Gant, second baseman, Dave Hollins, Chris Sabo, maybe it's Sabo, I don't know, but I remember him from the Reds in real life. Jay Bell with Pittsburgh, Roberto Kelly, and Barry Larkin, both middle infielders, while Kelly is in right, but I guess came in as a shortstop. I don't know. They got him listed as a shortstop, but they're playing both these guys a ton, of course. So Larkin, maybe Larkin was hurt a little. He's kind of hurt now, but he's had 387 at bats. Roberto Kelly with 217. So I guess maybe he didn't start off as a regular, but makes the All-Star game. Moises Alou, John Kruk, another Philadelphia Philly All-Star. You got, where are we at here? Kevin Mitchell, Bonds, of course, the leading vote getter amongst the outfield. Dykstra, Bonilla. Oh, I guess it's per position, so Bonds just leading vote getter amongst center fielders. And Bonilla, unless they tied. Well, there's Dykstra. I guess maybe they consider Bonds a left fielder. I don't know. Bonds and Dykstra, Bonilla. And then Dale Murphy, the Colorado Rocky, legend in real life, makes an All-Star game in 93. How cool is that? Was able to trade him for something, trade him at high value, because I'm almost certain, I mean, there's no way he's going to keep getting better. So, and then Sammy Sosa. So, all right, that's where we're at now. Let's check out, I got it on my mind still, I'm not going to forget. Let's check out Pete Incaviglia. Let's go to all free agents here. It's in alphabetical order. Looks like maybe he didn't get signed. Here he is. So let's see what my scout, we got an average scout on him. He looks average defensively. He's got a good arm. He's got good power. I mean, can I get him for like a minor league deal? What's he want? Yeah, minor league deal with major league option. He wants 380,000 if he gets promoted. I mean, can I just get him for the minimum? Like, what if I offer him a major league deal, major league contract for, whatever the minimum is? I don't. It's around like 100. I'll go like 200,000. Can I get him for that? I'll do that. He's 29. We'll give him a shot, especially if Chris Jones is injured. I mean, I know we got some young guys. Incaviglia is only 29. He could help me out next year, help us make the playoffs, win a wild card spot. Let's see what he has to say to 200K. Okay, he wants more. He wants 360. I mean, I don't need to be penny pinching here. It's a 1-year deal. Let's go ahead and do it. Fine. Let's see what they have to say, or what he has to say, I mean. And hopefully Chris Jones isn't hurt much longer. But we're going to go ahead and start simming here in a minute. I'll run you through our team. Not a lot of highly ranked guys, as you can see here. Darren Holmes ranked high, 9th best reliever. Parrott, 17th best closer. I'm kind of using him like a closer by committee between him and Reed. So I got him as stoppers. Of course, I don't know if the role matters much here when I play the game out anyway, because the AI then is not making the decisions. But I like to do it anyway. It might have an impact on how they, where they kind of see themselves or whatever. But both of these guys solid. Now, this is Mile High State. You might look at these ERAs and be like, how are the ERAs that good at altitude? I kept the ballpark the same, the same dimensions, hitter's ballpark, but this is Mile High Stadium, which I don't think they really had very accurate metrics for because they only played in it for 2 years. It looks like it's still a hitter's ballpark, but doubles are down, which kind of makes sense. So this might be accurate because in real life it was a smaller field. So home runs would have been up, but you wouldn't have a lot of doubles. Now, unlike real life Coors Field, huge gaps, huge power alleys, biggest in baseball, I believe. And so massive amounts of doubles, massive amounts of triples. Here there are a high amount of triples, so that's weird, like 80% more triples, almost double. So that's kind of strange. I don't know how that works. But again, it might just be, there wasn't a large sample size from 2 years, and I don't know how it imports all the data and stuff. But home runs from righties up 12%. So it's a bit of a hitter's park there, but left-handed hitters not going to be hitting a lot of jacks. Average slightly up. It's a little bit better than the norm of 1,000. 1,000 would be the average of all the parks. So still a hitter's park, but not heavily. Not like when we get to Coors Field in '95, which the game will then import, and then it's definitely going to be, things are going to be blown up a little bit. So as you can see here, we do not hit well. Again, you saw Galarraga's stats earlier, and part of that could be the park is not as hitter friendly like as in real life. But I'll take it because my pitching's solid. You need that. It's a goal of mine here to come in each year with like some solid pitchers. Dave Need, it's cool to see him doing well in this game because he was their #1 expansion pick in real life. Got him from the Braves. 23 innings pitched. Again, that's in real life and in this sim. All the history was imported. We didn't play in 1992, but 23 innings pitched with a 1.17 ERA. I know that's not a big sample size with only 23 innings, but it's they thought highly of him in real life. And he's panning out well in this game. Now, I got to give credit, too, to my pitching coach. So, Ethan Smith, even though he's inexperienced, I signed him because he's excellent at mechanics. He's excellent with teaching pitching. So, he is a finesse pitcher focus, which I think needs, like, neutral. Yeah, he's normal. But he's not a big strikeout guy, 45 stuff. We got a very high rating on him. So, that could be a good fit. But Ashby with a 4.06 ERA, 2-10. We just haven't given him much run support when he goes. And then again, relief pitchers, several that are solid. So, that's where we're at. We got Chris Jones. Again, I told you about him. He was doing real well, but a little bit injured now. I don't know how bad it'll be. We'll find out probably after today, or sometimes it takes a couple days. But, our lineup looks like this. EY, Boston, Hayes. Boston's having a good year with me. He's definitely trade bait. We're 10 days away from the trade deadline. I probably won't do a video on that, but I'll update it on the blog. Some, the moves that I make and maybe some other big names that move around. And then these videos will just be like periodically jumping in, showing you where we're at, and we'll sim a game too. So we got Hayes 3. Galarraga I've moved to cleanup because he's been on fire this whole month. Jones I had hitting 5th, but we're going to have to swap him out. Vinny been hot this month. That's good because I started with him on the roster, on the Major League roster, sent him down because he was just cold right away at the start of the year. Tried some different guys at shortstop, including Felix Fermin, or is it Furman? I don't know, but I remember the name from the 90s shortstop. He was on the Indians, and we picked him up off waivers because I saw him on the waiver wire, and he's a high contact guy. So it doesn't strike out. Pretty good defensively. Now again, it's only average here, so maybe maybe he's not that good, but he's a free agent after this year. So I don't know if I'll ask him back, but I really had some holes at short. So I picked him up, sent Vinny down to AAA. Vinny tore it up down there, hit 13 jacks, slugging 571. So we brought him back up, and it's good to see him doing well. Mejia gonna get his first start if we decide to do that. So we moved EY to left field. We got Mejia now. I just brought him up. This is after the Bichette and Murphy trade. So it opens up an outfield spot. We're going to have EY go there, bring up Mejia, who, as you can see here, 113 at bats down in AAA, almost slugging 500. He's got some big-time gap power, according to my scout. 75 on the 80 scale. It's a high accuracy. So I'm excited to see Mejia. He wasn't particularly one of my highest, like he wasn't a top 100 prospect. Here's our minors overview. We got a couple guys down in like single A and rookie ball. Craig Counsell, the now manager in real life. He's in single A. We got John Thompson, Jamie Wright, a couple good pitchers I'm looking forward to. They're struggling a little bit down in rookie ball, but they're just starting. With Skanik, we have Up. He's been struggling. So these are some of our top prospects, and yeah, see, Mejia's not even in our top. Is that maybe 20? But again, he's tearing it up down in AAA, and we didn't really have many other options down there for guys I was ready to bring up. So he's going to get the start this next game. Yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and sim it. So we just had a tough loss, an extra inning loss to the Marlins, 9-10 in the 11th. Our pen was just kind of wrecked. So I'm really going to need a good start we got Need going, so that's good. But yeah, look at all these guys that are in the red. We got a couple guys in the yellow. We can go to Henry maybe, Laskanik. I mean, yeah, Parrott could go. So that's really about it. I'd really like to not use the pen. Need, hoping for a good start, but we may just have to eat it if not. So this might not be, this could be a position player pitching game if we're getting blown out, because you can see the pen's pretty wrecked after that extra inning game yesterday. Used a lot of guys. So we're going for the split here. We won 1 out of 3 so far as a 4-game series. Who do we go in for Chris Jones now? They kind of recommend Cole, but I'm going to go Damon Buford. Cole, as you saw there, 2.26 ERA. I'm sorry, batting average. Only a 301 on base, so he's had 84 at bats. He's not a guy. I mean, he's a guy I probably would send down to AAA, but I don't want to rush some guys up or ruin them. So I'm kind of keeping Cole around as like a pinch runner. And then Buford plays a good right field. He's a little better in left, but EY doesn't play right, just plays left. So that's going to be how it goes. Let's hit Vinny 5th. He's been coming along. Buford, he had 1 at bat. He pinched hit last game, but he's got 15 jacks down in AAA, 450 slugging. So I think I'll go with him 6th, Mejia 7th. And then, man, I've been struggling with our catchers. Girardi hitting 217. I sent him down to AAA for a while and then brought him back up because I didn't really have – we tried Jayhawk Owens, a young 24-year-old, I think, catcher, 24, 25. He struggled. Hit a couple of jacks for us. He had some pop, but I gave him a lot of shots. I think he had around 100 at bats and just didn't appear ready. He was hitting like 170. So sent him back down, got Girardi up basically as a backup, who's also my best catcher defensively, I think, in the organization right now, which isn't saying a whole lot because he's above average, but he's not great. But he's a great leader. He was in real life too, man. He was tough. He's well respected by his teammates, so I like all that. And then we're trying to, get something out of one of these guys, but we got Hubbard going for now. He's got a little bit higher of an OPS, not that much. He's only hitting 209. So we're going to go with him for now, though, and hope that we can get a lot out of Need here. We're going to need to go a lot of innings. So here we go. So what I do, I like to sim until runners in scoring position when they're up to bat. But when I'm up to bat, I go per at bat because I might be stealing, I might be bunting, all that kind of stuff. So EY first out, Boston second out, Hayes with a single. And what happened there? Looked like there was an error or something, and we went to third. And then, did we throw it away? Okay, here's what happened. So, single. Hayes to second. Runner from second. Tries for third. Safe. Throw made by left field to get the trailing run. Okay. I was wondering what happened there. All right, here we go. Top of the order for them. Important that we get 3 up, 3 down, and we do. Vinny strikes out. Damon Buford, ball 4. So he gets a walk now. He's pretty speedy here. Look at that. 80 stealing aggressiveness. 65 stealing ability. They do have Charles Johnson. He's got a good arm. And Kevin Ritz, a 40 at holding, so a little bit below average holding runners. So I think we try to go here. Let's give it a shot. Ball 1, ball 2. He didn't get a good jump. Now at 2-0, I think we're going to go ahead and swing away, not send him. Strike 1. Okay, let's go back. Let's do run and hit. So I'll give him the option, give him the green light to swing. Looks like they threw over, and they got him. So Johnson only has thrown out 3 out of 13, but they got Buford there. So 3-1 to Mejia, and he flies out. That's the inning. All right, here we go. 4, 5, 6 for them in the second. 3 up, 3 down. Great job, Need, who is on fire and continues to be on fire. Last start was this home run right here. He hit a jack for us, solo shot. Doubt he'll do it again, but he does get a single. Hitting 139, gets himself a base knock. All right, now EY is up, runner on first. Flies out. Here's Darryl Boston. Lines out, so that's going to do it for the inning. Here we go, bottom of the third now. 7, 8, 9. And we got a runner on second. Ritz is up. I'm going to guess he bunts. He does, and he popped out. So we got 2 outs now. Runner on second. Chuck Carr struck him out. Good job, Need. Charlie Hayes starting the inning off with a solo jack. So we take a 1-0 lead. Galarraga, base knock. Vinny, looks like we got a ball in the dirt. Galarraga moves up. Vinny strikes out. Damon Buford now up again. 3-0, another walk. Good job, Damon, getting a couple of walks here. Good eye. Maybe usually you might be an over-anxious rookie getting your first start, but he takes 2 walks. Got a good eye there. 55 with a 60 potential. All right, here's Mejia, second major league at bat. See if he can get a base knock. Looks like he grounded into 2. That'll be the inning. All right, they're at Megadon, Conine, Baroa. Runner on second for Baroa. Ground out to short. Here's Weiss, and got him swinging. Now we're in the top of the 5th. 8-9-1. Hubbard leading off with a solo jack to right field. He does have a little bit of pop. That's why I got him in the lineup over Girardi. 355 slugging. I know that's not good, but it's better than Girardi's. Here's Dave Need up. Let's see if he can get himself another knock. He does. He's 2 for 2. Pulls it through the left side. With nobody out, we're going to bunt with EY because he's fast. And he gets it down. Good job. He got him over. So Need on second, 1 out. Here's Boston up. Looks like a sac fly. Or no, just a grounder got him over. So 2 outs. Need on third for Hayes. Can't get him in. All right, they're at 6, 7, 8. Great job, Need so far. Shuts him down in the 6th. Here's Galarraga. Ground out. Hayes ground out to Walt Weiss at short. Buford swing and miss, strike 3. So Buford hasn't made contact for a ball in play yet this game, but he's been on twice. All right, top of the order now for the Marlins, coming to the bottom of the 6th. Need only at 59 pitches. We're going to certainly let him ride. Carr is on second now for Conine, who flies out. 2 down. Baroa base-loaded walk. Runners on first and second for Weiss. 2 outs. Pivotal moment here. EY in left. Makes a great play out there. So saves a run or 2 even. 7, 8, 9. Mejia knocks himself a double for his first major league base hit. Let's throw that ball into the dugout, guys. And now we got Hubbard up. He's an okay bunter, but then you get to Need, even though Need's 2 for 2 today. I'm going to play my chance with Hubbard trying to get a hit here. Swings and misses, strike 3. So now, do you bunt with Need? Like, you move him over to third, but there's 2 outs. I mean, I think I'm going to let him swing. He's seeing Ritz well today. 2 for 2. Let's let him swing. What's he at? 75 pitches? Yeah, we're certainly not going to pitch hit. He swings, he flies out, pops up, didn't get the runner over. It's all right. UI can score Mejia on a base hit, and he gets a base hit, so would have scored him if he was on third. Now we got runners on the corners for Boston. 2 out, big 2 out hit there for Darryl. Gets himself a single, so we're up 3 now. Up 3 with runners on first and second, 2 outs for Hayes, and he will, looks like he flies out, so that retires the side. Need pitching a gem. I don't want to jinx him, so he's, but yeah, 7th inning, 75 pitches. You're going to let him roll still. 3 up, 3 down. Great job, Need. Here's Galarraga with a base hit. Single. Castilla walks. So runners on first and second. Buford, do we bunt here? Let's bunt with the rookie. Take a little pressure off him. Ooh, it looks like they made an error. So we load it up. Unless he beat it out. Did he beat it out? Let's go back to that. Let's look at the game log. Scroll all the way down here. Reached on an error. Yeah. Okay. So bases are juiced for Mejia. Big moment here for the rookie. Base knock. No. Sack fly. Sorry, sack fly. So trades it out for a run. We'll take that all day in a 3-0 game in the 8th. Now we got Hubbard up. 1 out, 2 on. We're going to let him swing away. Fly out to shallow right center. Doesn't get anyone over. Here's Need 2 for 3 today. Let him hit, and looks like he swings and misses. So bottom of the 8th, Need at 87 pitches. Now he doesn't have a lot of stamina. He's a 40 stamina guy. So just to make it this far, but he's been efficient. So he's at 87 pitches. I kind of want to get someone going, but man, look at how wrecked our pen is. I mean, no one is fully fresh. Parrott is our best guy, or I guess Leskanic is at 67%. Well, Leskanick's been shaky this year. He's been back and forth to the minors rookie year. So Ruffin, I like. He's been better than that 4.89 ERA. He's been better than that as of late. Or Parrott, who can close it out if needed. He's got 11 saves. He's at 61%, and maybe a combination of like Ruffin and Parrott. So let's get those guys going just in case. And hopefully we don't need them. And we don't. 3 up, 3 down inning by Need. All right, so we're going to sit these guys now and then just get them going toward the end of the inning. EY with a full count base hit. Do we steal? EY's got, I think he's second in the National League in steals, but Klink here is an 80 at holding runners, so I'd like to play our chances with a guy on first and nobody out. Boston flies out. Here's Hayes, swinging a miss, strike 3. Galarraga up, so he can hit doubles or home runs. I don't need EY to be on second for him. Let's not forget now to warm up. Let's get Parrott staying ready here. He's ready. You don't want to, if you just leave them there, they get tired. So now they're both getting going again, staying ready. Here's Galarraga with 2 outs, and he knocks himself a triple. So good thing we didn't take the chance of stealing. We go up 5-0, so up 5. I don't know if we want to use Parrott now. And we got the 2 righties and a switch hitter coming up. So if we can get Leskanic going in time, I think that's what we'd like to do. So let's sit Ruffin. We'll keep Parrott ready in case Leskanic's not. But at this point, I'm going to tell Castilla to take. Okay, he's got a strike. We're going to take till 2 strikes. Sorry, Vinny. All right, well, maybe not now that it's 1-1. Gives Leskanic a little more time. Let's let him swing away. And he gets himself a knock, so that's big because that gives Leskanic more time. I don't have to use Parrott. Leskanic will be ready. He's warming. And between the innings here, he will be ready. So Vinny's on first. Here's Damon Buford. Only 0 for 1, but he's been on twice. And he will strike out. So we're up 6. Now, this is if I even need to go to Leskanic, right? So we're going to let Need go 1 batter at a time. He's got the shutout going, but he's at 94. He's almost in the red. We'll let him face Conine. Fly out. So there's 1. He's at 100 pitches now. Here's Geronimo Baroa, who is 922 OPS. And he gets a fly out on a 3-1 count. Now he's at 105 pitches, well into the red. Facing Walt Weiss. Strike 3, 5th strikeout of the game on a full count. So a 4-hit shutout by Dave Need. 1 walk. Man, that's exciting for the youngster, the #1 expansion pick for the Rockies. We're now within 1.5 games of the Marlins. Battle for the expansion team, not finishing last. Galarraga 4 for 5. Yeah, he's really coming along now. There's Need. Who's going to be the player of the game? Need. I thought maybe it could be Galarraga, but yeah, I'd give that to Need for sure. So nice win here. Nice win for us. Maybe we'll do one more. There's an achievement. I guess we haven't done that yet, maybe, huh? Complete game shutout. Let's look around the league here. So Dave Need, performer of the game. Bagwell, you got 4 for 7, and then Brett Saberhagen. So Mets getting a win there, 7-4 against San Diego. Will Clark with a home run in the Expos Giants game. That was a big game. Both teams with 53 wins. Both, I think, are in first place, right? Because they're in one's in the East, one's in the West. No, Expos are 4.5 out. Yeah, the Mets. The Mets are 4 games higher than them. That's right. But Giants are in first. Any other big games going on here? There's the Mets. Yeah, they got that win, 7-4. Braves losing to St. Louis, who's got a better record, 53-42. Tewksbury getting the win in that one, player of the game. Actually, he didn't get the win, but he was player of the game. Looks like it's because it went into extras. St. Louis got 6 runs in the 10th. TJ Matthews, the rookie, getting the win. High stuff guy. Los Angeles, again, you got to watch out for them in the future. They're 48-46 right now. Tom Candiotti, the knuckleballer, getting the win for him. He's 35. Jim Gott getting the save. He's solid. 20 saves for him. Here's the AL. We got Baltimore, 53 wins. Chris Holy's homer in that game, but Kansas City gets the win. New York going at it against Seattle, 1-0 in 10 innings. Randy Johnson getting the win. Brian Harvey with the save. What a game there. And here's Blue Jays and White Sox. So Blue Jays, not the team they were in 93 in real life, but White Sox 50-44 getting the win under McDowell. Hernandez with the save. Frank Thomas hits his 28th Jack of the year. All right, let's finish today. So maybe we get an injury update. Ooh, all right, we got Parrott signed. That's great. We offered him an extension several days back. I mean, we got a high scout on him. He's 70 stuff. He's shown that he can get it done here. As you can see, a 1.31 ERA plus. He's kind of trending up because in 92, now I know that wasn't in the sim, but in the history of the game, he was just as good. So, and then I like the deal we got him on because it is a one-year deal with a second-year team option opt-out. So got him for $600,000. Might be a lot for a reliever, but when you look at, I like to do this player list, all pitchers. Well, let's go to all relievers. Salary. I mean, some of these guys are on huge money. So Dwayne Ward. I mean, they're in the millions. So you go Parrott. I'd say he's definitely one of the top. What do you think all these guys are? 30 guys here probably. I'd say he's in the top 30. So I think that's a good deal for me. I was willing to bump him up to whatever it was, 600,000. Even though he was asking for 550. We gave him 600, and then the team opt out in year 2. I think he was asking for 2 years at 550. So I like that. That's good. But no update on Chris Jones. So usually that's not good if it takes this long. It means it might be kind of serious. We're going to go ahead and do one more game. Here's a couple trades. Tony Tarasco going to California. Oh, for Chuck Finley going to the Braves. Wow. So big name, but he's not having a great year. 5.41 ERA with California. 5-9. But it was that wasn't straight up. They got 2 minor leaguers. They got Brian Sullivan. And then Florida making a trade with California. So Joe Klink, we just saw him. He goes to California now. So right after the game, gave him a call. Hey, buddy, you're traded. And they got Saunders. Oh, Saunders also was sent along with Klink. And Dave Berg. He's kind of a big name prospect in real life, I remember. But maybe not great in this game. He's not a top 100 guy. And they got Eduardo Perez in return. So looks like, yeah, basically, they gave up kind of a lot. They must be high on Perez. I mean, he's good defensively. This is a low accuracy, so I'm not sure. But fast. How's he doing in AAA? He's doing well at 930 OPS down in AAA. Um, so yeah, they give up a little bit for him, for Eduardo. Not a top 100 prospect here, not yet at least. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe he will be. All right, we're gonna go game 1 against St. Louis, another 4-game set. It's kind of a tough stretch here for our relievers. What a huge game for David Need. We haven't had an off day since Wednesday the 14th. It's the 22nd, so it's been over a week. We got another 4-game series versus St. Louis, then versus Atlanta. So at least these are both home. Then we do have a day off Thursday the 29th. So I expect some guys soon here to start showing a little fatigue. Yeah, there's Daryl Boston showing some fatigue. So looks like we might have to go with Alex Cole unless we start Boston. And then if Jones is all right, then he goes in the lineup for Boston. So I'm going to do that. We're going to start Boston, and then hopefully we find out tomorrow. It's getting, it's already been several days. And then we'll go Jones in, Boston out if Jones is able to play. So EY, he's going to lead off. Not a great OPS, but one of the higher on-base percentages on my team. I like Boston 2. I like Galarraga 4 for sure. What do we go? Did we go Vinny hitting 5th last time? Hubbard with a jack. We're going to keep him in. Liriano's been cold. I don't know if I want to start anyone different. Vinny, did he? I can't remember if he hit. Did he do well? Did he hit a home run last game? I don't think so. But I like him hitting 5th. He's been hitting well. We'll go Mejia 6th. Had a big hit, and then Buford 7. Couple walks. Hubbard 8. All right, I like that. A lot of question marks here. A lot of guys, playing for the future. Vinny, Mejia, Buford, seeing how all these guys pan out. Galarraga, it's good seeing him come to be what I know he can be. Hayes, I think he is on the last year. Yeah, he's a free agent after this year, unless he goes to arbitration, which I don't think he will. So we're probably not going to re-sign him. Maybe we can trade him at the deadline, along with Boston. I mean, we'd really empty the team there, empty our vets, empty our good players if we did that. But Hayes with a 670 OPS. I mean, I could go Vinny to 3rd, and I think he can, with regular at bats, get better than where he's at now. And then we bring up, another infielder. We got Pedro Castellano could play 3rd as well down in the minors right now. So I'm good with that. And then Boston, yeah, we can bring up a minor league outfielder. We got Kevin Ward down there. He is 31, so I had him on kind of a quick hook. He came up. He didn't do well. He went back down because there's no need for me to be giving a 31-year-old guy a bunch of at-bats if he doesn't, if you're not sold on him to begin with. And, again, we might get Pete Incaviglia. So maybe we'll hear back from that tomorrow as well or after this sim. So let's go ahead and start this sim. We got Butch Henry going, 4.11 ERA. Pretty solid for the Rockies. Several guys now that are fresh again. Going against Alan Bennis, who's 2-6 with a 4.20 ERA. Cardinals, I didn't look at their record. What are they here? How do we get back to that? I think it's options. Box score, does it show it? No. Game log. Options here. Here we go. They're 53-42. Yes, they're in 3rd. They're a solid team. This would be a good win. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3 against Henry. 3 up, 3 down. Great job, Butch. EY flies out. Boston lines out. Hayes flies out. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Jose Aquendo. 2 outs. Sitting 209. I like our chances to go at him. Buford makes the catch. Galarraga strikes out. Vinny ground out. Mejia swing and a miss. 9-1-2 for the Cardinals. 3 up, 3 down. Great job, Butch Henry. Now he is on fire. Buford out. Hubbard out. Here's Butch. We go 1, 2, 3. All right, they're at 3, 4, 5. Langford now up. Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. Lefty, and he hits a 2-run triple off Butch Henry. Here's a Pendo, got to go at him, and we get him. So they get 2 out of it. UI strikes out. Boston strikes out, and Bennis is mowing us down. He's got 4 Ks already through 3 2/3, and there's a fly out for Charlie Hayes. So we're at 9-1-2, 3 up, 3 down. Good job, Butch. Really just had that 1 inning. Castilla with a double. Actually, it looks like it was an error, and he moved up to second. They got Ray Langford at first. Yeah, he's a 20 defense, so maybe he made the error. I don't know. But they're trying to, yeah, they got Brian Jordan, Gilkey, and Witten in the outfield, so they're trying to do something with Mike to get him in the lineup. So we got Vinny on second. Here's Mejia, and he'll ground out. Here's Buford, wild pitch. Moves Castilla to third, and that'll do it. So we don't get anything out of that. Butch Henry at 71 pitches, going to face 3-4-5, another 3 up, 3 down. Man, he's been pitching great. We'd love to get him to win. There's some speed aboard as Hubbard gets on with a base hit. Now, how's Zeal at throwing guys out? Catcher arm 55 and 60 at holding Alan Bennis. So, yeah, that's tough. Butch Henry's at 80 pitches, so I'm going to leave him in. We're going to run. We can play for 1 run here. Oh, and he's safe. Looks like another error. Throwing error maybe by Bennis. So now do we bunt again? I think we do, because that'll put guys at second and third with Boston, Hayes, Galarraga coming up. UI with some speed. Maybe he can get on. He doesn't. He gets him over. Good job, UI. Here's Daryl Boston. And it looks like he rips a base hit. Hubbard's going to score. Oh, is that over to third goes Henry, Butch Henry? Yeah, I don't think we're going to send him. Not on Mark Witt with a cannon of an arm. No, we're going to hold him. So Butch Henry gets the third. Daryl Boston with a base hit. Boston's got some steals for me, but I don't want to 1 out, sack fly. We got Hayes up. As long as it's not a double play, and even a ground out could score a run. And what happened here? LC is upended by Boston, so they get the out at 2, but we don't score. So maybe they look back Henry or something. Here's Galarraga, who looks like a clean base hit. Henry's going to score. Hayes coming around 2. Do we send him? Yeah, we're gonna. He's an average runner. Jordan with a normal arm. And he stayed. The runners on the corners were tied now. 2 outs. I know they say they don't make the third out at third, but Vinny coming up, I don't want to say singles hitter, but hit 176, so at least you get a guy at third. Maybe there's a wild pitch. Something can happen to try to get him in. So 2 outs. Guys on the corners, Vinny flies out. So we tie it up. Butch Henry. Let's have him go 6, 7, 8 here. And he gets 3 up, 3 down. Great job, Butch. Let's get him to win. We're at 6, 7, 8. Here's Mejia. Fly out. David Buford swing and a miss. Now we got Hubbard up, and then Henry on deck. He's going to have 9-1-2 coming up. We'll be coming into the top of the 8th. Our pen is much fresher, but it's not entirely fresh. Scanic's our freshest guy. Who's got I don't want to go to him in a high leverage situation. Could go to Holmes or Parrott, of course. I'm kind of thinking saving Parrott to like the 9th, or at least to get in the middle of the order. So let's get Parrott going, and then Butch will let him face the first couple guys and see where he's at. All right. So a base hit for Hubbard. Now this is a conundrum too, because there's 2 outs. There's 2 outs. What we're gonna do actually, I was gonna say we're gonna steal, because then maybe in the off chance he gets a base hit, Hubbard can score. And if you get thrown out, no big deal. Hubbard leads it up, or Henry leads it up next inning, and you take him out, and he's done, which is the 8th. So then you go, that would be the bottom 8th. So then at the top of the 9th, you go with Parrott. Let's do that. We're gonna try to steal here, and he makes it. Okay. Now we're going to give Henry the shot to swing. He does, and no surprise, he gets out. All right, so Parrott's ready. They're at 9-1-2. We're going to go 1 at bat at a time here. Swing and a miss. Got Bennis swinging. That was Bennis, but still, you got him out. Here's Bernard Gilkey 0 for 3 today, now 0 for 4. So we're going to let him go again. 96 pitches. He's into the yellow. Let him face Alcia. Fly out. to end the inning. Great job, Butch Henry. Parrott, we don't want him getting tired. We're going to sit him. We're at the top of the order now. We got EY, bottom of the 8th, fly out. Boston, fly out. Nice running catch by Gilkey going back. And now Charlie Hayes, let's get Parrott up again so he stays ready. Here's Hayes, ball 4 on a full count. Okay, now, it is Galarraga. You hate taking the bat out of his hands, but he does hit some singles now and then as well. We got Alex Cole on the bench to run. You can steal with him, and then Galarraga gets a base hit. If he doesn't steal, you got Galarraga leading it off in the bottom of the 9th, hopefully still tied. And Cole can't play third, but you just put in an infielder after that. I haven't used any of these bench guys, so we're going to do that. We're going to run for Hayes, especially because, you know, what are the chances you make it all the way back around to where you need Hayes without the game being over at that point? So we're going to go ahead and run. We're going to steal second, strike 1. So eventually we want to run and hit here. I like doing that after 1 strike. So we'll give him a run and hit, and he gets thrown out. Man, Cole gets thrown out a lot, but it's worth a shot to steal with him. All right. So what we actually can do here is we'll go a double switch. We'll go Parrott into the last out. So Parrott's coming in. Going to be a new pitcher. Butch Henry now coming out. Yeah, you know, I guess I didn't think of that. I was seeing a pitch hit from Henry, but could have maybe left him in. But we're gonna go to Parrott. I trust Parrott. It's already too late unless I hid Parrott in the outfield or something. You know, and just hope the ball doesn't get hit to him. Maybe you hide him in third. That's probably not what to do. Oh, I guess I can't anyway. Oh, it said you want to enter Parrott as a new pitcher. All right. So Felix Fermin, good short, and then we're going Vinny to third. So Fermin or Fermin, I think it's Fermin and Vinny. All right. Here we go, 3-4-5 for Parrott. Great job. 3 up, 3 down. Galarraga, how about a walk-off? Nope, strikeout. Okay, Castilla with 1 out, base hit. Castilla, not a lot of speed. We're not going to steal. They go to the pen now. Greg Harris coming in. All right, he's at 1 inning with the Cards. He's 6.75 ERA for Boston, and he will get a fly out on Kia. Here's Buford, and we probably should get somebody going just in case Parrott's getting a little tired. Holmes is our next best guy as far as fatigue and how well he's been doing. But here's Buford. He'll take a walk. Good job, Dave. Strong walk. All right, now we're at Hubbard, who's 2 for 3 today. Base hit wins it here potentially if Vinny can score. And a fly out, so that'll do it. So Parrott at 13 pitches. We're going to let him keep going here. If he gets tired or in trouble, we'll go Holmes. Ooh, and a leadoff triple. Yeah, that's I guess that's trouble. I mean, he's still at 15 pitches. We're going to let him go. Here's strikes out Langford. Here's a Kendo. Gets him out. Pops him up. So now the pinch hitter, Ozzie Smith, in pinch hitting. Has he been a regular for him? Yeah, 355 bats. I was going to say. I'm surprised if not, but he is 38. Maybe they thought his defense doesn't overdo his offense, his lack of offense. All right, so I think we leave Parrott in. He's just in the yellow. I know Holmes is ready, but Holmes is kind of tired too. Parrott's got into this jam. I'm going to give him a chance to get out of it. Full count, walks him. So now he's in the red. Now we got to take him out. And we would need a pinch hit anyway. So that would probably be Liriano, but maybe we go Girardi and then we put Holmes here in the 8 spot. It's either that or Liriano and then Mejia out. So you push it down a couple more. We're getting thin on the bench, so I think I'm going to go Girardi. So Girardi and Parrott in the 3 spot. Darren Holmes going to come in to pitch in the 8 spot. Girardi catching. Okay. So guys on the corners, you kind of have a base open if that's the potential run. It's a go-ahead run. Alcea is only hitting 238. Gilkey's 296. So I like the thought of pitching him out. We're going to pitch him out. And we strike him out. Nice job. Good job there. Okay. Fermin, 9-1-2. Bottom of the 10th. There's a fly out. Here's EY. They ground out. Daryl Boston with a walk. Now, Boston can run. TJ Matthews is 70 at holding guys. It is Girardi. Girardi's a big-time singles hitter if he hits at all. So the other thing is, you don't want him leading off next inning if you get thrown out here. But either way, you'll have Galarraga coming up. So I'm going to try to make something happen. We're going to try to steal. They're throwing over. They might go. Got to steal. All right. Can Girardi walk it off? Counts 0-1. And it looks like line drive to fly out to center. Okay, so Holmes only at 4 pitches, still in the green. We could go Bockler. I think that's how you say his name. We could go with him. We could go with Ruffin when they got some lefties. Maybe if you get to Witten, maybe even Jeffries, but hopefully Holmes can get through that. I'm going to get Ruffin going and Bockler going. And we'll go until runners in scoring position to see if we first guy, at least I'll see it gets to second. Now guys on the corner. So Jeffries up. I could probably mound visit and get Ruffin ready, and then there'd be a lefty switch hitter. But I don't like this nobody out. And if I do put him in, do I go straight up to Holmes? I only have Liriano on the bench. So I think I do that, and then Liriano just pinch hits in the 8th spot. I mean, they're first 2 guys on. I think we got to take them out. We got to go to Ruffin. Give Ruffin a shot here. Strikes him out. Big strikeout there. Now Todd Zeal could walk him, but Witten hitting behind him. I don't know. It's pick your poison. You could pitch around. Let's pitch around. He gives him the lead. RBI double. Shoot. All right. So we lose the lead. We'll go at Witten now. I mean, Langford's hot. I guess if you've got a base open, maybe we'll pitch around him, and he gets a hit as well. So scores another run. So here's Langford. We're down 2. That'll do it for the inning. So we gotta have a comeback here. Here's Galarraga, bottom of the 7th. Ground out. Here's Castilla. Pop out. Down to our last out, Roberto Mejia, and that'll do it. So gritty win by the Cardinals. We just couldn't get that run across. I mean, we had a lot of chances. Tough inning there with Holmes and Ruffin. You know, we got to take Holmes out after. I mean, he's getting tired. Guys in the corners. Ruffin didn't get charged for the earned runs. They went to Holmes, but you know, he did a good job right away. He got the out, but then a couple big hits for the Cardinals. Came up with a couple big hits. So Alan Bennis, player of the game. We only end up with 5 hits. Hubbard with 2 of them. Let's see now. We'll finish the day. See if we got any new news. Chris Jones out for 5 weeks. All right. Well, not the worst thing in the world, but not good either. He won't go on the 60-day DL. That'd be about 8 weeks. So he'll go on the 15-day, and then we'll bring somebody up. And have we heard anything from Pete Incaviglia? Here he says he's got another offer, so the Dodgers are trying to get him. So I don't want to get in a bidding war for a free agent in July, the end of July here when we're not in the playoff race. But what's he saying? They're giving him like $485 for 1 year. I'd rather go with my young guys here. You know, I thought he could be a steal, but I'm just gonna go with my guys. All right. So looks like we just got some rumors here, some trade rumors. No, here we go. A trade between the Blue Jays and the Expos. Dwayne Ward getting moved from Toronto, big closer for them, to Montreal. And Montreal giving up Miguel Batista, the rookie ball pitcher. And then we got Tigers, Phillies making a trade. 36-year-old Kirk Gibson going to the Phillies. So he's been having a good year. Look at that, 15 jacks with Detroit, slugging .460. So Philadelphia taking a veteran to try to help get him to the playoffs. They also get Trevor Miller out of the deal, a rookie rookie guy, a rookie ball, rookie league pitcher. They give up Danny Jackson. So that's a good pitcher. 3.82 ERA, 10-3. So they give up Danny Jackson. I mean, maybe they got some other, maybe they haven't filled that spot yet, but he was their number 3 starter. So Kirk Gibson, I guess he might go into left. Milt Thompson not doing well. Kruk could always play left, and they could put someone else at first. So yeah, that's my guess. Is that's what they're going to do. But all right, well that's the update. That's going to be it. Except for we'll see who we're going to bring up. Now I do need to save it because sometimes it crashes. It hasn't happened in a while, but if I click on a minor league guy, it's a weird bug. I did report it on the forums, but I want to save it. If you can just hang tight here, so it's almost done. And now we'll look at our AAA, see who we want to bring up. Does it need to be an outfielder? Cole is our only bench outfielder because we got Buford starting right now. Liriano and Fermin both infielders, so I do kind of want an outfielder. Hubbard could always play outfield, so I don't necessarily need an outfielder. But let's look at who's doing well down here. There's Terang. How's he doing after the trade? 99 OPS plus, right around average. 100 is average. So I brought Ward up. I mentioned that. He's 31. He had 40 at-bats up there. It's on kind of a shorter leash. He hit 200. Just didn't really do anything. Gerald Clark, I started the year with him. He had 56 at-bats. He was hitting 179. So I sent him down. Looks like he's doing real well. He's on fire down there in AAA. Jayhawk can play outfield, but I think I mentioned I brought him up to catch. Didn't do great. Bates, I don't want to start his clock yet. I don't need to protect him yet. Castellano, Young came up or started on the MLB opening day roster, but was like 1 for 30 or something. I don't know. What's a 100? That'd be 3 for 30 for a 100 batting average. So brought him down. Again, I tried a lot of different guys at short. I'm kind of thinking Clark. He hasn't been up for a while, and his ratings are pretty good, actually. He goes to arbitration, so, if he finishes the year strong, we might keep him. So let's bump him up now. I did have to – he was out of options, so I had to waive him. Nobody picked him up. I think I shopped him around first. Nobody really wanted him. I mean, he's 29, and he was hitting 1-something. So we're going to bring him back up, though. Give him a shot. That'll be my Incaviglia. It's going to be Gerald Clark instead. So now he's cold because he was cold when he was up in the majors last time. And so he's not going to start. We're going to have Buford in for him, but he could get some pinch hits, maybe some spot starts. Let's see how we want to organize this. So probably Girardi, not going to be a pinch hitter. Cole will be last. Well, I guess against righties, we'll go Cole, the lefty-righty matchup. And then Gerald Clark and Liriano. So we'll go Clark ahead of Cole, though, to try to get him in there when we pinch hit. And backup third baseman, who's that going to be? That was Jones, because he could play third. I don't know. I guess Vinny. Oh, Hubbard can play some third. Liriano can play it, but not well. I think what I'd do is I'd go Vinny in at third, and then Fermin would be at short. Okay. So there's where we're at. I guess Vinny may be hitting fifth. My 5-hitter's hitting 183. But I just traded Bichette and Murphy. I mean, what do you expect? We're playing for next year now. Got a lot of fan interest, so I'm not worried about the fans being pissed if we keep losing. Buford, I like hitting 6 for now, or Mejia, but it's kind of a 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. I mean, are kind of a wash. Hubbard's come along well. Let's go Hubbard 6th. He's had some pop lately, and then those guys will be there. Runners, Cole going to be first. Buford's playing, so but Liriano going to be second. I think, Clark can run a little bit. Gerald Clark can run a little bit. I think a little better than Liriano, in fact. Yep. So he'll be there. And that's about what we got. So I'm just going to copy that over to lefties. And then we'll just make one little change with the lefty up. I'm going to have Fermin over Alex Cole. So that's going to be our standard lineup. We do have 3 guys that are tired that that as I keep simming, I'll get those guys out of the lineup. But thanks for watching. That's the sim. Keep an eye on the blog if you're curious to see how this is going. And we'll see you next time.